Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
Try to touch base with everybody. But how's training? Yeah. So how's training camp and everything going?
Man, I'm almost there, man. It's 6 weeks, man. I'm feeling good. I actually just left my session, and I got one more tonight, and that'll be all she wrote for the day, man. But this camp was great, man. We did some different things. We prepared different for this fight than we have before. Not because of Yordenis Ugas, but just because of a couple of transitions that we needed to make all together as a whole. And we actually did a majority of our camp in D.C. With Barry Hunter and Lamont and Anthony Peterson.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that was big, man. I didn't know how I wanted to approach it from the public standpoint, you know.
Right.
I just didn't know how I wanted to approach it. I wanted people to know that I was in D.C. or not. And it's just how I am. Most times if I'm in New York or I'm in Florida, you don't know it unless you see me. You know,
right,
if you don't know I'm over there, then you just don't know. You know, so actually, I had people hit me up the day I was leaving, even though I had been there for 4 weeks. And the good people, good friends of mine that I've known for a long time, they were hitting me up like, hey, I didn't know you were in town. And it's just how I am, you know. So from the standpoint of it being boxing, it was just, I didn't know if I wanted, anybody, if I was there. My dad asked if I wanted a couple of the journalists to come through, and I was like, we'll let it go on this.
Right.
How I rock on this.
Yeah, speaking of which, man, there's been a lot of rumors that Kenny's not with you. You're not training with him this training camp. You could just clarify that, man.
I heard he actually brought that to my attention, just a couple of days ago. He told me that somebody did a write-up telling him that, saying that he wasn't with me and I was moving on, so on and so forth. Nah, man, it's still me and my dad till it's all done. And even if you don't see him in my corner, man, my dad is my dad, you know, so
right.
he's always gonna be the orchestra, you know what I mean? He's always gonna be the maestro, you know,
right.
in the orchestra, you know. So, man, me and my dad, I went out there about a week and a half before my dad, and my dad came out, and we finished up together like we would, you know. And Barry, of course, has, definitely put his blessings on the fight, his wisdom and his expertise, which is why we went down there, you know. So I'm not going to downplay it and, make it seem like it was just me and my dad, and we went out there to hit with them boys, you know. They hit me hard, man. Anthony and Lamont, I can say without a doubt, are the hardest working boxers in boxing. And that's coming from the person that is said to be the hardest working fighter in boxing, man. I'm straight. Lamont and Anthony work hard enough. I've never seen any fighter of any caliber work in the boxing scene.
That's what's up, man. And now I got a lot of heat, right?
Honestly, man, we just went down there to be a part of that, man. And I got exactly what I thought I was going to get with me.
That's what's up. Now I wanted to say this, right? So I put up 2 videos, and I said that Shawn Porter has the best resume in the welterweight division. A lot of people was giving me a lot of heat for that, without downing any other fighter. Do you agree with me?
You know what? If we want to get into that conversation, that's usually a conversation I leave alone. But if we want to get into that conversation, when you take a look at everyone that I've fought, and fighting those guys, basically when they were all healthy and at the top of the game, probably the only one you can say that for is probably Nazi. But aside from that, I think that my resume, if anything, it's impressive. Even if it's not the best resume out there, it's still a very impressive resume. I've done some things that a lot of guys my age or at my level have not done against other guys at the same level, at the same age. So that's what I can say about it. You take a look at who I fought, and you take a look at who they fought. My resume speaks for itself, and I think once it's all said and done, you won't be able to say Shawn Porter didn't fight this or that guy. To this point, I think I fought the who's who of boxing, and if I haven't, it's because I wasn't afforded the opportunity. If there's anybody who says Shawn Porter hasn't fought, it's more than likely because I just haven't been afforded that opportunity, or the opportunity hasn't come yet. You know, so. But I think it looks pretty good.
Right. Now, how is it preparing for a fighter like Ugas? You know, we know the Cuban style boxers, you know, is very slick, you know, very elusive. How do you prepare for that type of fighter?
Beginners, you know what? For me, first off, let me say this. For me, the fight Cuban, it really isn't much different for me because I fought so many different styles and so many different kinds of guys from every race and ethnicity. That you know, for me to prepare for Cuban is not really that hard. Specifically, Yordenis Ugas, he isn't a traditional boxing Cuban fighter. He's more of a straight ahead power punching Cuban, which you don't see much. You know, so honestly, man. I'm not gonna say it was easy preparing for Yordenis, but Yordenis doesn't really put a lot of question marks in front of you in the boxing ring. He is very consistent, which is very Cuban-like. But the things that he's consistent at doing are things like keeping his hands up, throwing straight punches, going to the body, and that's about it. He's very basic, but he's great at the basics. You know, so. It hasn't been hard for me to prepare for Yordenis, but the number one thing, honestly, man, the number one thing I have on my mind is breaking his consistency, breaking his will, and getting in his head, which it's a part of their history, man. That's something you can't do. So, honestly, man, when it's all said and done, and you're talking about my resume, when I beat Yordenis Ugas, don't talk about me beating a Cuban fighter who was unheard of. Talk about the way I beat this Cuban, man. I'm trying to get inside this guy's head, which is something that's hard to do. It's hard to penetrate a Cuban fighter's mentality, and they're very consistent, and their mental fortitude is very, very high. And they're very, very strong from a mental standpoint. It's very hard to get them out of their rhythm, get them out of doing what they like to do.
Right.
So look for me to do that against Yordenis. If I do that, then the fight's gonna be easy.
Now, did you see the fight with Keith Thurman and Josito Lopez, and what you think about it?
Yeah, I did. I thought he started off like fire, you know, which is what I expect from Keith. That's what he always does. He's a fast fighter for like 2 rounds, and then he starts to try to lay back. I thought he was going to get Josito water as hell. He did it. He started laying back, and that was bad for him because the more he started to lay back, the more Josito started to come on. I wouldn't say I was impressed by Josito. I was maybe more, if anything, proud of how he stood in there and you know, weathered the early storm, and then not only that, started trying to win the fight. On the other hand, Thurman, I thought he struggled after he didn't have the fight in the bag, and I think that he's a little bit further away from being at the level that he thinks he's at, and I think that he's definitely going to be trying to make a really, really smart decision in his next fight. I don't think his next fight is going to be with Shawn Porter.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because at one point he was saying that after he gets his tune-up, he wanted to go back at you and try to get his strap back. Do you think he's gonna go for a tune-up before looking to get him to about with you?
You know, he sent mixed messages. He's been saying 2018 is a comeback year. Then he's been saying he wants his strap back. And he's been telling me to keep the strap warm until he's coming for it. And after he has this fight, he's gonna fight me. But the thing he said, which we all got to remind ourselves, that he said this year is going to be a comeback year. And I think that that's exactly what this year is going to be for him. If we see him once again this year, maybe if we see him twice again, it definitely won't be Shawn Porter. we'll be
So what's Shawn Porter plan should you get past Ugas? Are you going to look to get the winner of Spence Garcia or Terrence Crawford?
I honestly have 3 names on my list, and you won't see me in the ring if there isn't one of these 3 guys. Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. Those are the 3 guys that are on my list, and I don't think there's anyone else I need to get in the ring with other than those 3 guys.
Why does it seem like Manny Pacquiao mentions everybody but Shawn Porter?
I think he knows what I have. I think he's been in the ring with me, so he knows what I have and he's seen me climb the ladder, and he's seen me capture 2 titles now. So I think because he's been in the ring with me, he knows what I have, and I think that he's willing to let himself get in the ring with someone else.
How do you see that fight with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia playing out? Do you think Mikey Garcia have a chance, or?
I have no clue, man. I will be in attendance. Hopefully, I'll be working, calling the fight, and I'm waiting on that bell to ring, man. I'm not making. I don't have an expectation at all for this fight, other than it being amazing. I keep saying it's gonna be a great fight. I'm gonna step it up a notch and say I expect this fight to be amazing. And other than that, I don't have any expectation for this fight.
Now, what do you think about the Terrence Crawford Amir Khan fight?
You know what? Terrence has had a bad. He's had a hard ways of being a world champion. I think he's been overlooked and underrated for a long time. I expect him to wash up on Amir Khan, and I expect him not to get the praise for it. That's the way it's going for him right now. I do think it's going to be a good fight for a couple of rounds. Amir is always exciting, and he's always exciting and explosive for the fight. And then after that, it's unpack what's going to happen tonight. So I think it's going to be chance to start taking over.
You can say that again, champ. You broke up.
I expect it to be exciting for a couple of rounds, and then I expect chance to start taking over.
Oh, okay. Now you mentioned those 3 names that you will be in the ring with. Is there any particular order, or you just want whoever?
Honestly, no order. I think out of those three names, I will put Keith Thurman on the back end.
Okay. Now we've seen these companies, networks throwing around big money. It's been rumored that Tyson Fury signed a $100 million contract, and we knew Anthony Joshua signed a $100 million contract with Matchroom. When is we going to see Shawn Porter get his $100 million contract, and what would it take to get Shawn Porter there?
That's amazing, man. Honestly, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I have some plans for myself in the future, and those plans don't revolve around money. And I'm not saying that I don't want $100 million signing to sign with a network. However, where I'm at right now, for me and my future, it makes sense. And if that is down the line for me, I will definitely take a look at it. But right now, everything that I'm doing makes sense for me in my future.
Now, what do you think about the situation with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? Because, it's looking like the rematch is not going to happen because now he's signed with ESPN.
Man, I think that fight needs to happen. I think whoever needs to humble themselves and allow that fight to take place. Whether that fight takes place in America or in England, I think that fight needs to happen. That's a fight that we all deserve to see. It's a fight that wasn't unanimous for either way. A fight that I had called a draw. And it would be a sad day in boxing if that fight doesn't happen.
And what do you think about the Anthony Joshua Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight? He's gonna make his.
I'm hyped for that, man.
Debut.
I'm hyped for Big Baby, man. I'm not exactly sure how that fight's gonna play out, but I know that Big Baby from New York, he's gonna talk to me, but.
Hey, Chad, you still there?
And I will be in attendance for that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can say it again, Champ, because you broke up.
No, man. Just that. Good game. And to this point, we've always seen him back it up. This is a fight for the lifetime for him. I can't really predict this fight. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I think it's gonna be exciting, and I will be in attendance for that.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you go, champ.
And I'm pulling for Big Baby. So let me put that on the record too.
That's what's up. So I'm gonna let you go, champ. I know you got hard work to do. I appreciate you as always. And just to clear the record, could you let the people know that Kenny Porter and Shawn Porter is still a tandem?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Hey, first off, man, thanks for hitting me and standing on top of me so we got this done. I appreciate you, man. I look forward to seeing you coming out to fight.
I'm not gonna make it to your fight, but
no problem, man. I'll see you when I see you, man.
Yes, sir.
And for the record, yeah, man, me and my dad still smiling at each other, and you'll see us at the fight together, and every fight in your own, man. This is what we do.
That's what's up, champ. I appreciate you 1,000%. Yep. Good luck on your fight. If I don't talk to you before then.
Thanks, my man.
You got it, bro.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love.